Hello, fellow teachers, and welcome to my channel. This is Teacher Chris TV, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time that we were not able to post a video here in YouTube, but now we are definitely back. So I posted this question on a Facebook group for deputy teachers, which says that nakakatulong nga ba ang classroom observation para mag-improve ang isang teacher? So this afternoon, we will be sharing the thoughts and opinions of our fellow teachers with regards to this question. So without further ado, please watch the full video. If you are a public school teacher, maybe at some point, you also thought of this question: nakakatulong nga ba ang classroom observation para mag-improve ang isang teacher? Para sa iyo, nakakatulong nga ba? Narito ang iba't ibang opinyon mula sa ating mga kaguruan ng Department of Education. Disclaimer, ang videong ito ay ginawa upang magkaroon ng isang makabuluhang pagtalakay or talakayan hinggil sa isyung ito. This is not made to bash the Department of Education. One teacher said, mas nakakaturo nga ng mabuti ang guro kapag walang observer. According to one also, I think sometimes depends also to who will observe the teacher. There are some cases where the teacher to be observed is much more advanced and capable than the observers, and as a result, sometimes the observer becomes fault finder or subjective in observing a teacher rather than be objective. One teacher also said, no, nakaka-stress lang yan sa part ng teacher. Hindi dahil hindi marunong magturo si teacher, kundi additional preparation ng mga materials na gagamitin at talagang gagalingan para walang masabi ang observer. Isipin natin sa actual at daily routine ng teacher, hindi yan ang nangyayari. Mas magagaling ang teachers magturo pag walang observer dahil free sila i-express ang sarili nilang ideya ng lesson na walang nagbabantay sa kanilang o sa kanyang pagkakamali at sa mga part ng COT na hindi niya napunan o na-execute sa lesson. Kaya, tanggalin na dapat yan. In my first year of teaching, our principal do not make an actual classroom observation. She just walk slowly outside the classroom or stay for a while at the back or outside. Then during the meeting, she said, I already observed you. Comments and suggestions will be given. No pressures. According to one teacher, she said, I guess kapag teachers who are 20 years up in the service shouldn't do this anymore. I-check na lang how they are coping up with their computer skills so they can do their own reports. Kung turo kasi, kahit tulog yan, alam niyan magturo na. Doon na lang ang COT sa young in the service. See where they lack training. At doon nyo lang sila tignan how you can give help or encourage them to be better or even best. One teacher also said, better also if the ratees will likewise observe the raters on their best teaching practices. Nag-agree naman si ma'am at ang sabi niya, and I quote, yes ma'am, so true. In other divisions, ay may mga memo sila wherein the teachers were to rate their school heads. Kaya ingat-ingat din ang school head sa pagre-rate at pag-observe sa principal. Gawa alam nila na at the end of the school year ay nakasalalay din sa teachers ang performance nila for their OPCRF. Do you agree with this? One teacher also said, bigay na lang po ang P ng surprise aptitude test regularly sa bawat klase. Ang test questions dapat galing sa principal. No leakage. Siya rin ang mag-check para walang daya. Whosoever class ranks low, yun ang ipa-observe. Yun din ang kanyang output or MOV. Ang medyo taasan ang standard, almost 100% of the class must get 85% mastery. Thereby, ang objective ng guro ay makapasa ang lahat ng bata since wala siya istorbo. She will try her best to educate the students well. She will make all students participate to get high in their tests. She will not allow non-passing students to be promoted. By then, she can discipline the parents and students, observe high standard way of studying. Her way of teaching must be dynamic. Each student can read, explain, and apply what he learned. But to achieve this, the teacher must treat the students in a motherly, authoritatively way, where students can react and speak freely. Teachers' understanding about the nature of the student is a must. Each student must be understood not only by the teacher, but also by his classmate. This is to avoid bullying, instill in the mind of the students the importance and spirit of loving and compassion to each other. Thereby, each student will feel that he or she belongs to where she is. This will help each student develop self-confidence and participate in all subjects. Whether she is weak or strong, if he's weak, keep him strong, and when he's strong, keep him be humble and appreciative to others. Strong relationship between teacher and students to mates must be built. I'm sure 100% knowledge assimilation is not impossible. They will surely pass the test, and the school principal will give no need for the principal to observe much the teacher. He can observe secretly in his very unique ways. It's up for him to decide whose teacher he should observe or not. This is the way the supervisors are doing before, but I think it can also be done by principals. It's never boring rather than to observe classes. During those times, teachers don't do nothing but teach. Students do experiments inside and out of the classrooms under the supervision of the teacher, and the output of students are visible. Teaching is easy and uninteresting. Students are so eager to do the next lessons, driving them to take advanced studies using their books. And like today, computer is empirical to have. This is very hard for poor students. So what they will do is just drop from studies and be engaged in hard labor, underpaid jobs. So, the objective of the government will then be a failure again to educate all people, because the government don't know where the problem comes from. They don't know that the problem is coming from the department itself. Poor identification of the problem, so easy to identify. Go to the teachers and let them speak. I couldn't agree more. So some teachers also said it's useful, especially for newly hired teacher, but for those 20 and above years length of service, they already know what to do in their classes. No, it's only an additional stress to the teachers. May CO man o wala, we are doing our best. Absolutely wala kahit sino. Kasi kahit sino ang pinakamagaling na guro ang magturo, kung ayaw matuto mismo ng estudyante, walang mangyayari. Ang problema hindi sa teacher, kundi sa students and sa educational system. Pahirap lang sana sa mga bago lang. Para kung may di pa nila alam mag-guide, pero sa mga matagal na sa service, wag na. Classroom observation is such a positive response as to how we shall improve and refine our methodologies. Really blessed to have great mentors in our school. Thank you so much for your opinion, ma'am, and sana all for you. According to another teacher, mas nakakatulong kung ang mga school head at principal ang panoorin ng mga guro para maipakita nila kung ano ang gusto nilang paraan ng mas tama at epektibong pagtuturo. Yes, kung ang observer din ay magaling sa pagpapakitang turo. No, kung ang hahanapin ay puro kakulangan ni teacher. Di man lang appreciate ang effort ni teacher na nagpuyat para sa mga IMs. Tapos wala pang ambag na financial support para sa class. Yes po, it's a great help for the teacher to improve his or her teaching and learning process. I couldn't agree more. Para kay Ma'am Maika, nakaka-stress sa totoo lang. Dami kailangan na gamit na teacher din magpo-provide. Tapos yung paggawa ng materials hanggang sa bahay ginagawa namin. Inaabot na ng puyat, wala naman bayad ang overtime. Pagdating ng kaurasan, okray lang din ang aabutin. In a sense, yes, if only the teacher follows the advice of the observer and if she or he does the same preparation for her daily classes. According to Ma'am Marubi, kaso ma'am sa dami din po ng mga extra works, di magawang makapag-prepare para sa daily lessons kahit gustuhin man. Pagdating ng house, gawaing bahay naman at need din ipahinga ang katawang lupa. Tama na yung stress ay gang school na lang po. According to ma'am, hindi. Dahil ito ang sagabal sa pagtuturo sa mga bata dahil magsisit work ka muna para mag-prepare sapagkat kulang ang magdamag. Ito ay para na magpakitang gilas ka sa mga prinsipal na kung tutuusin mas magaling at matalino pa nga ang mga teacher. According to Sir George, yes, if the critic has an input to a particular pedagogical approach. Schedule observation is not reality. Drama yan. After observation, back to normal. Dagdag stress. But I agree with you, ma'am. Para nga din kami kasi ICT-based na din kami. Lagi kasi may Wi-Fi connection naman sa school. May TV, bawat classroom bigay ng LGU. According to Ma'am Maria, it adds stress to the teachers. No, additional stress ni teacher. Much better, hanapin na lang po ang output po. Sige, doon naman talaga makita if may ginawa si teacher o wala. No, it really adds stress. No, it adds stress. It is better to provide technical assistance by the co-teacher. No, it adds more works. According to Ma'am Helen, the performance of the learners is already an observation. Yes and no. Yes, kasi provided yung technical assistance. If ganito gawin natin, baka ma-stress po mga teachers. Pinadali na lang po CO, si teacher na magpasket at his or her own convenience, of course, with agreement of the process observer. Ganito naman po dati pero not rated, just to give technical assistance yung hanap. Technically, you cannot measure teachers' performance with 1 or 2 CO only. 100% agree. Para kay Sir Nonoy, not all observers have the capacity to observe. For them, it's just for compliance. According to Ma'am Bridget, yes, basta surprise visit para makita ang actual, hindi yung scripted. And to the one doing the observation, be honest sa evaluation. As a mentor, ang prayer for the teacher to be observed speaks volumes. Ang mga admin, depende sa business for the day. Sa huli, what you see dapat ay what you get. Yes, this will help us improve our potentials and skills as classroom teachers and to give technical assistance. We are grateful in our school because our principal and master teacher followed their supervisory plan and they give us time to prepare our lessons. Oftentimes, no. Yes, only if there is a helpful technical assistant afterwards. Nonetheless, in the classroom, it's always the teacher's call. It is she who has the mastery of what she's teaching. Kaya, hayaan mo siya. Alam niya kung paano matuto ang mga learners niya. Yes or no? Enhance na lang si teachers through seminars and LAC sessions po. Pahirap, I was observed last month. Another observation tomorrow and another on Thursday. Almost 1 midnight na still awake preparing for the observation. Kakaumpisa pa lang ng pasukan pero feeling ko super pagod na ako. No, because you should trust your teachers because they are in the teaching profession and let them do their own way and idea of teaching. Teacher yan, pamaraan, ba't mo pa i-observe? Siguro ibigay na lang ang needs ni teacher sa pagtuturo. Hindi, nakakagulo lang, ayoko rin mag-observe. Depende sa observer. Kung mali ang hinahanap sa iyo, ngunit ang solusyon nito ay wala, hahaha, naging observer ka pa, wala kwenta. Yes, if the observer will give technical assistance. Classroom observation is very helpful to teachers. Period. That's according to Ma'am Ophelia. Thank you, Ma'am. According to Sir Jay, if they truly believed and accepted that teachers are professionals, then why is in needs of CO? A teacher always give what he or she can for the benefits of the learners. Teachers can go beyond the limits of observers' expectations, but why there are some teachers still can't? Of the two, teachers are the one who observe, who knows really the capacity of the learners, who has direct connection with the learners, who will go down to the level of pupils' understanding. Example, there are 30 heads of learners in a classroom. Only 15 pupils can read and can comprehend. This situation is the actual burden on the part of the teachers. Then, your topic is problem solving. What will be the results? We all know that there are things needs to be followed in CO. Use of ICT. Thus, they supplied projector and computer, or from the pocket of. You need to think of how you could integrate the topic to another subject. Why is it they separated science and health? Now, it's only science. They separated cultures and sports from Department of Education. For DepEd to focus on its mandate. But what happened? This is the happening in our educational systems. How could a teacher teach freely if he or she needs to loan for a laptop and a projector? How can a teacher teach freely if even books still not even one copy delivered to their school, and etc.? If the teacher knows their learners' capabilities and capacities, I'm sure the one who is observing the teacher knows also the capacities and capabilities of the teacher. Una pa lang, alam na ang kakayahan ng mga guro, kaya hindi na kailangan ng CO para tulungan mag-improve ang kapwa nating guro. Ika nga, not all learning takes place inside the four corners of the classroom. Hindi na kailangan ng CO para makapag-suggest ka sa kapwa guro. Ang CO kagaya nito, duck hold and cover. Yung nasa first floor na tumakbo palabas, yun ang kadalasang buhay. Kaya sa sumusunod ng duck hold and cover. Iisang floor lang ang buildings, hintayin mo pa ba bumagsak samantalang may oras ka pang lumabas? Kung hindi ako naniwala sa sigaw ng kasama ko na ano pa ginagawa mo labas na, natusok ako ng bagay kung saan ako naka-duck, cover, and hold. Siguro, kung nasa second, third floor, etc., kailangan talaga sundin ang guidelines na duck, hold, and cover. Thank you, Sir Jay. Na-stress kasi daw mali na wala ng self-confidence after all those years na di ina-observe, mali pala tinuturo. Next observation, naghingi ng tulong sa ibang co-teacher. Pina-check sa mahusay na empty. Tapos ayun, mali pa rin daw, motivation pa lang lumayas na observer. Pinagkwento pa na sala-sala DLL, napakahusay. According to Ma'am Claire, sadya nga po nakakawala ng confidence yan. Pupulaan ang mga mali. Husay. As I observe, di naman po totally mali may pakita ng superiority. Knowing na nakita ko din naman siya mag-demo noon. But it really motivates me. I will study teaching here in US para hanapin ang tama sa mali. May CO man o wala, we are doing our best. That's right, Ma'am Kitty. I couldn't agree more. According to Ma'am Lysel, yes, through the technical assistance by the observer. Yes, of course, yung mga paghahanda mo para sa observation, you bring out the best in you. Doon mo maiisa lahat the best strategies and techniques para ma-execute ang lessons. Again, it's all for the teachers pa rin. Paano niya matutulungan sa sarili niya makapagturo ng maayos. With or without classroom observation, my pupils learn. Period. It's a big no burden in our part. Why don't we just teach? There you go, fellow teachers. Yun ang iba't ibang opinyon mula sa ating mga kaguruan ng Department of Education according to the question, nakakatulong nga ba ang classroom observation para mag-improve ang isang teacher, I mean. So, from the opinions from our fellow teachers, you can see that there are really advantages and disadvantages and pros and cons sa ating issue today. But for me, it all boils down to your own perspective, to your own understanding on the importance of classroom observation. Depende po yun sa iyo, how you classroom observation. But for me, classroom observation really helps us improve in terms of our teaching. Even if we are 20 years or 30 years in the service, we still have many strategies and techniques that we can learn from our school heads, from our master teachers. And ika nga, change is the only constant in this world, and your best teaching practices today may not be the best in the next future. So let us view classroom observation as a tool to help us improve in our classroom teaching. So there you go, fellow teachers. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like this video. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for you to be updated on my next uploads. And with that, iiwan ko na lang po sa inyo itong question. Nakakatulong nga ba talaga ang classroom observation para mag-improve ang isang teacher? Comment down below what are your thoughts and opinions on this question. Thank you and goodbye. God bless us all.